Weather update. It's still fucking cold. So, if you ever have watched some of my videos in the past, you may think such things like, oh, he talks about shit that other people won't talk about in a way that I've never heard before. So, this would be one of those videos for sure. So, the minions that we assigned to basically be the criminals while we didn't know it and run everything and give us such spells as, like, say, modern day school system and that green paper we call money. We assigned these minions to do such weird things to us, right? As those, and like the giving out the dogma for free, just cost your life. The many forms of it. Judaism, which gave birth or manufactured what we've been calling Christianity, but there's other flavors or whatever. So those people, for the most part, the group that rhymes with shoe, right? That control the Hollywood magic wand system of the world to get everyone to be tamed through their entertainment. That's what it meant. Entertainment. Yeah. So, the shoes, not all of them, of course. Actually, probably a very small fraction of them. And, the one, so small fraction of them, and really they're not, like, they haven't even really been calling the shots on anything for a while now. It's the entities, whatever ones they are, telling them what to do, whatever. It's like Dr. Hyatt said, when you do ritual magic, like summoning gods and spirits, angels, demons, whatever, if you do it effectively, do not think for a second that you're the one in charge. You're not. So, I found that really fucking interesting. So, they say, their main god is the Jehovah, the blood fire god. This age of Pisces, we've been having, like the ages before it too, they're hijacked, having fire manage the water element without the water really knowing it. So, like, for example, Christianity, things like that, spreading through Europe like a cancer. And then once everyone was entertainment, right? Once everyone was under control with that belief structure, then, basically spell casted a lot of the whites. Not my ancestors. I mean, I'm mostly Latvian, which is, small northern European country, didn't have much to do. But I did learn that they had a colony at one point in South America for like 2 years, which was really freaking surprising to me. So anyways, once the Middle Eastern shoes, right, had Europeans spellcasted and tamed and under control, then just got used to go fuck up everyone else. Because they had a share of this party, right? This world is now setting. So what I'm getting at, the reason why I'm making this video, is things are changing, and those people that we assigned the true lodge, the true nobility, so we wanted the experience that of the lifetimes many of us have lived. I came from somewhere else, but we wanted that experience. But now those minions, the certain group of shoes, their magic doesn't have the same effect anymore on the true lodge. By the second, it's becoming less and less potent, because one of the reasons why is right now the alchemy, the inner alchemy in us, is waking up, and it overrides the magic. So the first group of people that were spellcasted first, being Europe, since we've been the main tool to basically do all the crazy fucking shit, just spread all the crazy shit of this world that is now passing. What I see of the future is it's something really, really different. Like different way of being for everybody. But with that transition part of what do I say, like the responsibility of European descent is to act as kind of like a big brother. Because you gotta keep in mind, the Europeans got fucked up first. Then once they were tamed and trained like a dog, then we were used to spread the bullshit elsewhere. Sometimes I do wonder though, like nowadays, like now it's especially the African American community, a lot of them have this attitude of like, oh, you're white, you're a piece of shit, you're a racist, you owe me. Sometimes I wonder if those souls, and it's definitely not all of them, it's, smaller group than them, definitely not the majority, I would say. But sometimes I wonder, those souls that do that, I wonder if in their past lifetime they were actually the whites, like the slave owners and shit. Because I don't know about you guys, but most of our morality is fucking totally absurd. It's actually fucking made the world into a fucking madhouse. But say, I don't know about you guys, but I have a certain built-in moral code where there's some things, I'm sure for everyone's different, unique, but for some things I just, no, fuck that, I won't do, But there are people that will do all types of shit, like the minions. And what I'm getting at is the people are like, oh, fuck you, I'm white, I want more college money because I'm dark skinned. I want more government assistance to start a business, even though it's a bad business idea, because I have dark skin. I want more. I wonder if those were if anything about history is true in the past, if the whites were slave owners, I bet those souls that I'm speaking about right now were the slave owners. That's what I think. But anyways, us Europeans, having been the closest tool being used by the minions, spellcasting and hexing everyone, we have like a responsibility to say, like in a family, it could be blood related, or like say like nowadays people get married, remarried, divorced, whatever. Remember, divorce is forever, right? But say like in whatever family setting, it's a big family. Like you have the older teenage girl that like takes it upon herself, and she's proud of it, and to be the big sister, like for the rest of the kids, to like look after them. So us Europeans, generally speaking, as we're awakening, since we were the tool closest used by those who we assigned to be the minions, we have like a responsibility, like a big sister or a big brother, to help out the rest of what we call humanity. Now this is like very general what I'm saying. There's unique, specific, depending on every individual, of course. And I know that I'm not supposed to say it, especially because of the color of my skin, which turns red after a few hours in the sun. So maybe I'm actually the oppressed red man. Anyways, I think you understand what I'm getting at. See, like each group, like say Spanish people, what's some things that Spanish people are known for? They got great food, the Latin spice, the dance. They got the dance, say the African descent, right? Or some of the things they know for. Fucking sports, right? They really love that shit. Not the crazy white people ones though, where they like, go in a squirrel suit and like off the face of a mountain, right? Not that crazy shit, but so sports. They've also got music, right? Great music. Which one of the things that has helped them is they have been promoted to get in touch with their, I think you call it anima, like their, like the soul, right? Which Europeans have that too. I mean, I'll put like Heilung in the description as an example, like just like getting into the. It's so important to get in touch with your like soul, the anima, the primitive side. It's so important on so many different levels. See, people don't understand, like, they talk about their true self, their higher self. But see, I don't understand what that actually means. It means a lot of different things. One of the things is, like, people aren't accepting themselves because they're not even considering that their true self is also, amongst a bunch of other stuff, is also very primitive. It's got, like, a more primitive side to it. So it's not just like, peace, namaste, it's like, amongst other shit. I got way off topic there. So yeah, they're, say the African descent sports, they got their own beat going on, we all know that. One of the things the Europeans, right, like what we bring to the table is organization. And pulling a subconscious brain fart here, because I don't like to boast. If I ever do, I'm just like, it's like I'm kidding. We're very creative. Like if you think about like most of the creations, modern day society, like they first originated from Europeans, especially German descent. And without going like into other details or whatever, because then it sounds like I'm just a white asshole or whatever. I don't really give a fuck. So, say Hinduism, which a lot of people say that's like the first, like, religion, spiritual, whatever. If you look into it, Hinduism, Sanskrit, the language for Hinduism, is the core of all Germanic tribal languages. German, Latvian was one of them. Like, say, the Scandinavian countries, with the exception of Finland, I think. They're like some sort of like weird, like something totally separate, I think. That's what they say. Because the people that brought Hinduism to India used to look like me. That's why when you meet someone of old money in India, high up on their caste system, what is a caste system? Are we talking about Europe or are we talking about India? Or are we talking about both, actually, right? If you ever meet someone high up on the caste system of old money, they're lighter features than everyone else because they originally look like me. It's one of the things that you can't have white people like being proudful of anything, right? So that's one of the things that, like, if you try to Google that, it's really hard to find those answers, but those are like the real answers. So, for some reason, I'm talking about the Europeans being like the big older sibling to look after the group and guide them where we're all gonna go. While, like, say, the Latins can, like, or Spanish people and people of African descent, like, say, bring some dance, make some fun while the Europeans, generally speaking, are doing this. As before, one of, like, say, the responsibilities of the European is of blood, the Germanic blood specifically. It's in our code to bring majority of the spiritual reconnection. That's one of our responsibilities. And if you really think about it, which there are, like, say, other groups out there where I've learned tons about or have had validated for me. That's usually the way that my epiphanies go, findings. I have it first comes from within and then it's later validated. But about 10% I learned from someone else. And I have had a lot of, say, people of other genetic code show me stuff. For one example, I spent the night at the beach, right? And then I woke up, and the sun was just rising in the east, and the sun was rising, and night was falling, and the sun was right over here to the east, and the moon was still out though. I was like, holy shit, that's like the yin and yang right there in the sky. And I can't recall all the other details, but I was like, so I wrote, life is a metaphor for life. I'm like, so, like, say the yin and yang that's in the sky, like, I think you understand what I'm saying. About 2 weeks later, I'm watching some YouTube video while I was in the car with my fuck buddy. I should probably name her, actually. And it was this black chick, and, like, the shit she was saying getting the video, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, listen to this chick. She's like a black chick me. Fucking cool. And then she's like, oh, you see in these movies, she's playing some sort of movie clip, you think they're just talking about whatever to entertain you, right? No, that's talking about this in life. They're showing you the truth in the movies. It's a metaphor for your life. She didn't say it exactly like that, but that was the point. So I had, like, the beach epiphany. I'm like, wow, like everything's a metaphor for everything. Life is a metaphor for life. Then like 2 weeks later, then it was shown to me. So I'm just giving you one example of how people of a different genetic code showed me something, which was really, really profound for me. Truth drops are in movies. It's like I've written before. Unless if it's fiction, your TV is lying to you. It's true. So, back to the spiritual connections and findings. It's up to us Europeans to bring most of them. And if you really think about it honestly, right, you don't get the, oh my God, like I'm supposed to shut off my brain now because we're talking about this topic. If you really think about it and look around you, most of the people are like really into nature, right? Like they're like, oh, I'm gonna go out in the wilderness and just like Alaska. Alaska's filled with what? White people. The people that are like really in touch with their spiritual shit, like really, really, majority of them are what? White people. And then Asians. But Asians have that kind of like built into their culture already. Like say Europeans, it was in our culture, like everybody else, say with the nature and all that shit, and it was taken out. Recapping, going, the church, Christianity, and other spellcasting devices spread through Europe like a cancer, got them, Europeans trained like dogs, and then went out and shared all that other crap to the world. It's just an experience, that we're coming out of. And yeah, I think that like a lot of the, say, old slave owners, they're actually the Africans now. While they call me a racist for just being white. I feel like there's something else I'm supposed to say. I know that as soon as I end it, like 5 minutes later, it's gonna be like, but I don't have a video editor, so yeah, I'm gonna play some Heilung in the description, and I wonder if this video is gonna load. You gotta look where they told you never look. And if you say things like the words that we're not allowed to use anymore, really think about why are those specific words, that specific spelling, why don't they want us to use it? Cunt.